Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Stop Lounge. This is episode number 32, and we are your hosts, Jan and Malcolm. Bro, how are you?
I'm alright, bro. Thank you very much. Had a decent weekend. Went to get my hair cut. Went to purchase a suit. Finally, for the
Wow.
first time ever. I for the first time in my life. I bought a damn suit, bro. I bought it because I have my work awards on Thursday, not
Oh,
Friday. I don't
amazing.
know how. I don't know how it's on a Thursday, but whatever. We'll take it. It is what it is. And of course, I have my niece's confirmation in November, I believe. So I hid two birds with one stone.
Yeah,
I bought a suit already.
yeah.
Apart from that, it was a pretty good weekend for me. I needed it. But a new week has started. A good start to the week at least. We move. How are you, bro? You good?
Bit of a tough week, to be honest, personally. Won't go into too much detail on that. Sports-wise, not a great week for me, both as a McLaren fan and as a United fan. Particularly as a United fan, but again, not gonna get too much into detail with that. But other than that, we just need to have to keep the ball rolling. And I'm obviously, but other than that, I'm doing great at the moment. So we all have our tough weeks, guys. So the last week
Always, bro.
was one of the tough ones for me. But before we get into today's episode, guys, make sure to follow us on our socials: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. For our listeners, if this is your first time listening to this podcast, it's called the Pit Stop Lounge. The podcast, all things related to Formula One on the racetrack, at the paddock, and outside of it. And if this is your first time, as I said, make sure to follow us on our socials. It really means the word to us, guys. If you could give us a follow on our socials, and for our listeners, guys, make sure to give us your thoughts on each poll we publish on every single episode. And with that, let's get into today's rundown business of this episode.
Let's go.
We have Suzuka to talk about. But before we get into that, actually did had some significant news with regards to Red Bull and Racing Bulls, and that is the situation with Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda. Now, guys, we said in the previous episode that there was a possibility that Liam Lawson could be replaced by Yuki Tsunoda as the second driver for Red Bull, and that
And
news
it,
turned out to be true.
it
Um,
happened.
Yuki Tsunoda has now replaced Liam Lawson as the second Red Bull driver. Meanwhile, Liam Lawson has gone back to Racing Bulls after just two races. That's got to be a record for sure. Now, guys, we did share our thoughts quite briefly on this situation, but just to start with my thoughts in general, I thought that Liam deserved a little bit more time with the team. However, for me, this this was a good announcement, but just it happened at the wrong time, bro. What do you think?
I agree with you, bro. Listen, Liam Lawson just experienced a PlayStation 2 demo. You remember them PlayStation
Yeah,
2
I
demos
did.
back in the day?
Yeah,
That's what Liam Lawson experienced. He experienced the PlayStation 2 Formula 1 demo with just two races.
yeah.
That's the experience he got. All jokes aside, I feel sorry for Liam Lawson. I'm pretty sure that's not how he wanted to start, but this shows that Red Bull, they made the wrong decision from the jump,
Yeah, I agree.
because everyone under the sun wanted Yuki Tsunoda, but not just wanted Yuki Tsunoda because it's Yuki Tsunoda. They wanted Yuki Tsunoda. We wanted Yuki Tsunoda because he fully deserved that chance, fully deserved that seat. Even I'm gonna go way back, bro, and I'm gonna say that when Danny Rick joined Racing Bulls, when he replaced Nick DeVries, I said the toss-up for the second Red Bull seat is between Ricardo and Yuki Tsunoda, whoever wins that battle. But
Yeah,
it never came to be. Perez stayed on for another season after that. And then it's Liam Lawson. So it was no disrespect to the guy, but it wasn't deserved. And I don't know why they went with Lawson and not Tsunoda in the first place. So with them doing this now, they practically admit we fucked it up.
and they better give Yuki a chance now. Not just after two races, they have to jump the shark with
Oh,
with,
they
with
oh
Isaac Hajar
listen,
for sure.
listen. At least that dickhead Helmut Marko said apparently that he wants to keep Yuki till the end of the season.
For
Now
now.
I don't know if now I don't know if it's true or not, because Helmut Marko, he may not be a woman, but he's a goddamn diva, bro. He is
Yeah,
crazy. That guy, I hate him. I don't know who
Mm,
likes him. I don't even. Is he married, bro? Because I don't
Nah,
even.
I
I
believe,
don't,
yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
I don't think even his wife loves him nowadays, bro. Because he's a
No,
diva
I
at
can't
best.
listen. I can't stand him. I even for myself, I just can't stand the guy whatsoever. But for me,
No one can.
But for me, if they had doubts on Liam Lawson and if they wanted Yuki Tsunoda, then why didn't they do this move at the end of last season? Because for me, I'm on the same page as you, bro. For me, Liam Lawson, this announcement should have been made at the end of last season. That seat had to be Yuki's from last season and not Liam's seat. I
Absolutely.
had no idea what Liam had done to get that seat in the first place. I think for me, it was just a toss between Yuki and even Danny Rick had a chance. Now Danny Rick obviously was past it for his age, so that probably lessened
That
his
that
chances.
was that was Danny Rick's last chance, though.
It was his last chance, yeah, to be fair. But for me, Liam was just never the right guy for that second Red Bull seat. He just wasn't Red Bull worthy. And for again, I think I'm on the same page as you, bro. Um, I think Red Bull really fumbled this up big time with this move. Yes, we all know that they are ruthless and they do make these sort of decisions. But at the same time, how the hell did they jump the ship so quickly after just 2 races? Did they really see Liam Lawson as such a bad driver to make the sort of move this quickly?
Now the $1 million question is this: it has been said that the Red Bull car is purposely built to be driven by Max
I
Verstappen.
was getting to that point actually.
It is purposely built to be driven by Max Verstappen. Now with Liam Lawson, there was clear evidence that made look like that's the case. Now we need to see with Yuki Tsunoda. Now Yuki Tsunoda um may have had a better start than Lawson here in Suzuka, but still there's glimpses, there's evidence there that that car may be purposely built just for Max Verstappen.
I mean, after
And
this
if that is the
weekend,
case, it shows. And if that is the case, bro, that is so unfair. No matter who the hell
mhm,
is the second driver, everyone's gonna struggle apart if you're not Max Verstappen. But we'll have to wait and see. I wish Yuki Tsunoda all the best. I hope he does very
yeah,
well because he
same
truly
here.
deserves it.
Yeah, same
But
here.
we'll have to wait and see. Because if Yuki struggles, bro, if Yuki also struggles, which I hope that's not the case, then who?
And they just can't keep sacking drivers left, right, and center. I mean, the list of drivers available is just right now by limit. I mean, if Yuki fails, does that seat go to Isaac Hajar? Maybe.
At this point, they need to go to a laboratory of some sort, and
Yeah,
they need to create um a double for Max Verstappen.
yeah. I mean, but listen, I mean,
Star Trek,
it's not.
whatever
I
the
mean,
hell it
yeah,
is.
exactly.
That's what they need to do,
Like
bro.
a clone or whatsoever. But
Clone.
listen, it's not guaranteed that Yuki is going to be a success or not with the
It's a
team.
game of chance.
We'll have to wait and see at this moment in time.
It's a game of chance. It's a game of chance. I
Yeah,
believe in Yuki Tsunoda's chances more than Liam Lawson, respectfully.
yeah.
But again, if Yuki fails, bro, which I don't want,
It will be a setback for him if he fails, which I
not
don't want
just
that
for
to
him,
happen.
but that second Red Bull seat, bro, who's gonna take it?
It's a poison chalice, bro. I've said it time and time again. That second Red Bull seat is a poison chalice. But at the same
Bro.
time, for me, that if they really wanted Yuki so badly at the end of last season, they should have signed him at the end of last season. Now, if they had their doubts on him, we'll have to wait and see. But for me, Liam just was never the right guy for that seat, bro.
I don't know why they picked him.
And now it shows, bro. I mean, 2 races, man. 2 races. I
Bro,
mean, two
bro,
races
bro,
and 0 points in the back. That's got to be a
bro,
record.
bro, he got the Formula One 2004 PS2
Demo. I
demo.
mean,
He got the Formula 104
bro,
demo, bro. That's what he got.
he makes, he makes Pierre,
I'm sorry.
he makes Pierre Gasly look like Michael Schumacher in comparison. I mean, seriously, it's just, it's insane, bro. I mean, fucking 0 points in back to back Q1 exits and dead last in the first 2 races. And 0 points in the bag in both races, and
I
now
feel
he's out
for
the
him,
door.
though.
No, listen, I
I,
feel sorry for him. I actually
I
really
feel
do
for
feel
him.
sorry for him. But at,
I feel for him.
but at least he's starting to move on from that. It's gonna hurt. It's absolutely gonna hurt for
It
him.
did hurt. It
It
did
did
hurt.
hurt.
And even with quali, what just happened, which we'll get to,
Yeah,
which we're gonna get to quali because it was pretty interesting
yeah.
with what happened in quali. But man, I don't know, bro. There's so
No, listen,
many. There's so
listen. To
many
wrap
things.
this up very quickly on Tsunoda and Lawson, we wish both drivers the best in their teams.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's number one. I think for Liam Lawson, let's hope he jumps back from this massive setback, because this is a massive setback for his career for sure. So let's hope that he can really bounce back um, to the team that gave him a chance in Formula One in the first place, because this is obviously besides Red Bull Racing Bulls has been his only team right now. So let's hope that he can jump back and restart his Formula One career on a high. And as for Yuki Tsunoda, big step for his career for sure,
About time,
and
bro.
it's
It's
about
about
time.
time.
And it's about time that he makes this step. And obviously now the pressure is gonna get to him more, because he is in that in that cursed second Red Bull seat. So let's wish him all the best. Let's obviously last weekend in his home race didn't have the best of races, but now let's hope that he can he can hope for a better improvement in Bahrain for next week and the coming races and whatsoever. So wish bike drivers all the best, and this saga is not gonna end, bro. That's for sure.
Absolutely not. No.
I think this is gonna go. This saga is gonna be keep on happening for the entire season now, and tabs are gonna be on their heads now for this
Yeah.
team now, and
Absolutely.
the pressure's on Christian Horner and Helmut Marko as well, bro. Let's just not rule those guys out now, because
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think it's more on Helmut Marko rather than Christian.
to some extent, yeah, I do agree with that, but
Because at least Christian Horner doesn't speak out of his ass like Helmut Marko.
at least he's honest, at least.
At least he's honest.
Yeah,
He doesn't speak out of his ass like Helmut Marko, bro.
yeah,
Helmut Marko is the biggest diva in a man I have ever seen.
yeah. I
But
agree.
whatever.
I agree. All right, let's get into the meat of this episode, guys. Suzuka, one of my all-time favorite tracks. It's a staple in this Formula One
Absolutely,
in
man.
the Formula One calendar year. It's one of the longest tracks also in the entire season. And bro, it's iconic. There's no two ways about it. We've had many. We've had many title deciding races over the last couple of years. The Senna Prost rivalry, in particular, the '05 race with Kimi Raikkonen just
Kimi
winning the race
Raikkonen.
from 17th place or
Well,
six
since
or
you're gonna mention,
16th.
well, listen, pipe down, yeah. You're gonna mention McLaren achievements only.
I'm
I see
not.
what you're doing.
Yeah,
I see
hang
what you're
on a
doing,
minute.
yeah. I see what you're doing.
Hang on a
But
minute.
why
I'm
don't you men? Why
I'm
don't you
getting.
mention? Why don't you mention Michael Schumacher's first title win in 2000?
I'm actually getting.
Why
I'm
don't you
actually getting
mention?
into that.
Why
I'm
don't you mention
actually getting into that, bro.
I see what you're doing.
I want to start with my team, obviously, bro. I want to start with my team. But anyways, yeah, Michael Schumacher, bro, guys, Michael Schumacher, obviously, in that in back in 2000, in his first championship winning title with Ferrari. Bro, your thoughts? Because I believe last year you've missed that you didn't make it to the Suzuka episode, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember, but if I didn't, I'll say my thoughts on it.
Yeah,
Absolutely love Suzuka. I think it's a challenging track. It's a demanding track with the iconic 130R corner where you could just go flat out
yeah.
in it. Even driving it on a Formula 1 game, it's so fun. I love it. It's challenging. And but there was a point in time where I wasn't really a fan of Suzuka.
Hmm.
Suzuka had to grow a bit in me, grow a bit
Mm-hmm.
on me, and
I
learn the
see.
track more. And now I like the track nowadays, and I think it is a staple in the sport, just like you said.
Yeah,
But yeah, I like
it's.
Suzuka nowadays.
We just mentioned.
It's a
Sorry.
Suzuka to me is went from a hate to love.
Okay. from a,
That's
from a
Suzuka
hate to a
boy.
love relationship, basically. Okay.
Exactly.
Obviously, we've just mentioned it's Yuki's home track. Our only Japanese driver on the grid. And bro, we also had two teams that revealed their special one-off
Oh,
liveries, which was expected
oh,
because in
oh,
Suzuka we always have a couple of teams who reveal their one-off liveries. We're gonna start with Haas before we get into the team that we want to talk about the most, bro. Because trust me, we're gonna get to that very very quickly, very very soon. Um, the first team was Haas, bro. They revealed a pinkish livery, and that reason was to commemorate the start of cherry blossom season in Japan. And it's a pretty livery, bro. I'm not gonna
oh,
lie.
absolutely. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
same here.
Absolutely loved it. The cherry blossom, to resonate with the Japanese culture.
Yeah, for sure.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. With like the cherry blossom in the letters there. That's a very nice touch. I love the livery.
Yeah,
Absolutely no hate on the livery.
yeah, and even just like the little details, the spring flowers, the
Yes, yes.
sakura homage as well. It's a really really gorgeous livery. Now guys, obviously we love this livery, but we have to talk about the Red Bulls livery, guys. I mean, obviously this isn't
Oh,
the first. They've obviously returned the White Bull livery just like they did last season and a couple of and over the last couple of seasons and bro, this has got to be the
absolutely.
best of the bunch.
I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah. They released this livery on last Tuesday.
Mm.
Last Tuesday was April Fools. I thought it was an April Fools joke, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ah,
I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but
but it wasn't. But it
thankfully
wasn't.
it wasn't an April Fool's joke because that livery, mwah, oh my god, absolutely beautiful.
It's
From
perfection.
the
It's perfection,
Red
bro.
Bull, the white base with the Red Bull logo, oh my god, and the fact, I mean, I wa- I can't remember what I was about to say. I'm so in awe in it, bro. I'm in
And
awe.
even just like the carbon fiber as well, it just goes perfectly, man. The
Absolutely.
white in the middle, the Red Bull logo just marked in red, the carbon fiber and the blacks on the bottom of the car. It's
Whoever
per
designed
it's
that,
perfect.
chapeau,
It's perfect. I
chapeau.
literally for I mean, obviously Red Bull. I mean, the Red Bull aren't gonna go on with the livery all season, but I really wish that they
Oh,
could have reviewed this
oh,
livery for the rest
absolutely,
of the
man.
season, bro. Because it's gorgeous, man. I mean,
It's
really,
gorgeous, and they could ditch the livery that they have right now.
yeah,
Like Rocket with this season, why not, bro? Max Verstappen just won another title on the bounce. Do it for
yeah,
him.
exactly. I mean,
Do it for the
it's
vibes, bro,
easy,
for the
bro.
trips.
Listen, it's easily the best livery all season so far. I mean, obviously we still have a
Eh,
couple more liveries to watch out for coming in the next
listen,
couple of races.
listen. After Bahrain, which is coming next, there's Miami, so there will be a special one of liveries there. I hope
I was get.
to God, which I hope to God, Ferrari don't come up with another abysmal livery.
Yeah, that's all I wish, guys. Because I mean, last year's livery, we I just don't want to open any books with that, guys, because it's oh my god, it's
I'm
disgusting.
gonna leave it at that.
It's
I'm gonna leave it
fucking
at that.
disgusting, man. But no, no, Red Bull have absolutely knocked it out of the park with their livery in Japan.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's easily
10
it's a 10, bro, easily.
to easy. 10 of the
With
park. 10
Haas,
of the
I think
park.
it's an 8. Haas gets a strong 8 for me.
Oh no, 9, bro. I give it a
An
9.
8 or a
I
9.
love
Yeah, an
9.
8 or a 9. I think maybe the white and maybe the white and the
Actually,
black doesn't
no. I'm gonna be honest. I give it a 10 as
a
well.
10 as no, I wouldn't give it a 10.
I'll give both a 10. I love both of them. But if I had to pick one,
The Red Bull easily.
I'd pick the Red
The
Bull.
or the White Bull because it's called the White Bull there basically. So no, superb, absolutely superb. I think that for me, I mean, until by the time we get to our end of season awards, guys, I mean, this is probably un, unless there is a
It's gonna take some
livery,
beating.
it's gonna take some beating. Yes, unless there
It's
is
gonna
a
take
team
some
that
beating.
just outperforms what Red Bull did with this livery, it's gonna be number one for sure. So
Yep,
they're knocked out of the park. All right, let's
absolutely.
get into the Grand Prix weekend, practice, qualifying, and then onto the race. Now, guys, with practice, pretty eventful. We've had a lot of red flags. Jack Doohan in particular had a really nasty crash,
Oh, that was
and
nasty. Yeah,
that
that was
that
nasty.
was the second time he suffered a crash in a Grand Prix weekend, and he's
Luckily, it was all right, man.
yeah, he was
Luckily,
all right, but he's had a really tough start to his Formula One career, bro. I mean,
absolutely.
obviously,
Alpine in general.
yeah, Alpine in general, but listen, I think, listen, I don't want to go too harsh on him because he's still a rookie,
Nah, not at
but
all.
but this is way more of a tougher start than a rookie has foreseen for, bro, because he just can't catch a break.
I think out of the rookies, he's the worst one that has started.
Unfortunately, yes, bro. I
I think
mean,
he's the worst, bro.
unfortunately,
Gabriel
yes.
Bortoleto has been a better start than him.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, he has been the worst rookie, the worst of the rookies, bro. And it's a shame. Listen,
But
I don't
I,
wish
I
bad luck
believe
on him. So
I believe he'll come good though. I believe he'll come good
let's hope
because it's
so.
not just him. Because it's not just
Let's
him.
hope so.
Alpine in general. Alpine in general. I don't know if Flavio Briatore is having a say on things because he's been known as to be a bit of a what's the word for it? What's the
He's
word for it?
ruthless,
Not ruthless, toxic.
toxic. Yeah, he has always
Toxic.
he's always been a very difficult character in the sport.
So since he's back around those parts of the world in Alpine, things might have an effect. I don't know about it. That
Yeah,
might be getting too into detail, but it's Alpine as a whole, not Jack Doohan. I don't want to single him out. I think that's unfair.
absolutely. But also, bro, we had a lot of red flags because of the track. The track conditions were apparently they were so bad that the grass was was on fire, literally, not once but multiple times throughout practice, and
Which is crazy.
very bizarre and crazy.
I mean, has the Japanese Grand Prix ever been this early in the season? I can't recall.
No, last year it was also early, bro.
Was it race four,
It
three
was
though?
it was one of the not race three, but it was one of the. I think it was race four, 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken. But
Because all right, five, I mean, if race five, I mean, race five would be around late April, is it?
late April, beginning of May, yeah, exactly. No, I
So
mean
I don't
Suzuka was
know.
in April. It was in April, if I'm not mistaken. I know they
All right,
did
all right.
Australia and Bahrain beforehand. I believe.
Uh huh.
So yeah. It wasn't this
No,
early to the season.
I think it was race four, bro. Because
Yeah,
last year they started off Bahrain, Jeddah, Australia,
Australia
and Japan.
and then Japan. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and then Miami, and then we went into the European portion.
Yeah, absolutely,
That's how
absolutely.
it was last year.
Yeah, so practice was pretty eventful, but obviously we will get into qualifying. Now this is the perfect time to tell you guys, if this is your first time listening to this podcast, make sure to follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify for our fellow
Hey,
listeners. So bro, with regards to Q1, not much surprises unfortunately, but bro, last week you said that Lance Stroll was on his
oh god, shut up.
was on his way to his villain arc. Well, that escalated quickly, doesn't it? Dead last,
Oh
bro.
my god,
P20.
what an absolute farce I said, man.
You can't take him seriously, bro. You cannot
The
take Lance
one
Stroll
time,
seriously.
the one time I had a decent bit of faith on Stroll, bro. He does me dirty like that. And dirty in every sense because he went into the dirt
Yeah.
as he was doing his
No,
qualifying lap, bro.
it was a disastrous session for him. I mean,
Disastrous weekend
w-
as a
a
whole.
disastrous weekend, yeah, to be fair, but no, but his lap time was like a 1:29.271, way slower than Jacques Doohan, bro. I mean,
Yeah, but listen. But the reason being is that was the banquet lap. That
yeah,
was the
yeah,
banquet
none,
lap.
yeah, I agree on that, but
And one he was on his second lap on when on his last lap during Q1 he went off track.
yeah.
So he already lost time and that lap was gone. So that was
S-
practically his
But
banquet
bro,
lap.
better be a lesson for you to not take Lance Stroll seriously, bro, because he's
Yeah. Yeah, point taken. Point taken.
we are never gonna take this guy seriously, guys, because
Bro, I thought it was his villain arc
nah,
here, man.
nah, bro,
His villain
early.
arc here season.
I said it
I
was too early,
gen-
bro.
but nah, it was a farce
I
from me.
said,
I'll hold my hands up. I'll
bro,
hold my
I
hands up.
thought, bro, I said I told you last episode, you are way too early on that. Way too early. Way too early. But with regards to the rest who got knocked out of Q1, Jack Doohan in 19th, Esteban Ocon in 18th, and the two Saubers, David Bortolini and Hülkenberg in 17th and 16th. I mean, Jack Doohan again, he's having a tough start, as I said, guys. So after his crash in practice, thank God he was okay for that.
Listen, he
Um,
had 1 hour. He had one. What was it? I believe he had chance for 1 lap in
yeah, he
Q1
only had a couple of no, he only
because of
9 laps.
practice,
Yeah, he did a couple of laps for that, but
or
um,
maybe 1 hour before the session. I believe it was 1 hour before the session.
so I'm not too surprised that he got knocked that he finished
Yeah,
probably second to last after his crash.
yeah,
So no
absolutely.
miracles for that. Esteban Ocon in 18th after last weekend, a bit of a setback for him,
Yeah,
a pretty
yeah.
significant setback, which I was expecting to be honest, because you normally when drivers are in these smaller teams, they do have a bit of a setback after so much of a high last weekend. So yeah, 18th place for Ocon, not great for him. Um, and even the two Saubers in 17th and 16th, you again pretty expected considering the cars that they are driving at the moment. But yeah, no, I mean that's not where I want to be, right? I mean, in 17th and 16th. So underwhelming for
Absolutely.
Sauber. What do you
Yeah,
think, bro?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I mean, is it underwhelming or is it expected for Sauber at the
Both. I would
moment?
say both. I would say both.
I think it's expected, unfortunately. Of course, I wanted to see them higher up. Let's, like I mentioned a million times, 2026, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Transition, transition,
Audi, let's go. Let's go. That's what I want to see.
transition.
But,
Um, bro,
now it's time for the talking
now
point
it's time for the talking
in
point.
quali.
Yes, exactly. Because in Q2, Yuki Tsunoda, obviously Red Bull debut for him, 15th, and the one who and the guy who replaced and the guy who took his seat over him, Liam Lawson, out qualified him in 14th.
You can't, bro. You can't make this shit up.
I mean, it
You
was written.
can't.
It was written in the stars, bro. It was written in
You
the stars. Honestly.
listen. My takeaway from this. At least Yuki Tsunoda finished 5 places above Liam Lawson in quali. Now, is it maybe the case that Tsunoda is still getting to grips with the Red Bull car? Let's be real. He joined Red Bull about a week ago.
Yeah.
Let's be real now. Let's be real now,
Exactly.
yeah? Shout out to Bobby Schmerda.
Yeah.
And Liam Lawson, he's pretty familiar with the Racing Bulls car, so he's in familiar territory there. That's my takeaway from it. To me, this means absolutely nothing.
No,
As
no,
mu- as
same
surprising
here, same here.
as surprising it was initially, it's not. I
Um,
mean,
I,
there's nothing
I,
to take
I,
away
I
from it.
disagree, bro. I wasn't surprised whatsoever because I knew that Liam was gonna out. I had a feeling that Liam was gonna out qualify Yuki.
Hey, at least not by much,
No, not by much, but listen, that's not gonna go.
bro.
That's not gonna go down well on
Imagine,
him. That's not gonna go down
bro.
well on him, bro.
At this point, yeah. I don't know if which car is better. Is it the Red Bull or the Racing Bulls?
I mean,
Because let's be real, Max Verstappen is making that car look good, bro.
yeah, I mean,
Even so, this past weekend.
I mean, you could argue with that, but listen, I mean, Red Bull in general, they have a stronger car than Racing Bulls in general. But with how the results and qualifying are going at the moment, it feels like Max is carrying that team, bro. I mean,
Max is carry, bro. Max Verstappen, crazy.
no,
That's
no,
Max
no.
Verstappen racing team.
He had a crazy weekend, to be fair, bro. Not just in
Absolutely
qualifying,
crazy
but
weekend. And listen, he deserved it.
no. But I mean, if you look at the constructors, Red Bull are obviously the better team than Racing Bulls at the moment. But again, with the way the season is going at the moment,
That racing
you
Bulls
could
car for me
argue.
looks better. That racing Bulls car looks better because you got two drivers performing,
And with Red Bull, just
and
one driver.
yeah. So
But again, I don't think this is gonna make any
I
difference
don't
to
know.
Yuki. I don't think this
No,
is gonna make
absolutely
any
no, no,
difference to
no,
Yuki.
not at all,
So,
not at all, not at all,
and as
not
I
at all.
said, let's just hope that he's given the chance to shine in that Red
I
Bull
think
car.
he,
So,
I think he does. But it wasn't by much. I mean, by how much it wasn't?
just
About
a couple of seconds, bro. I mean, I mean,
by
Yuki.
about a tenth.
Yeah, I mean Yuki a flat 128 and Liam Lawson with a 127.906. So there wasn't much difference between. But listen,
I mean, that wasn't a lot.
that's not your way to mark your debut. Absolutely for sure. So at least listen, compared to the two qualifying sessions, Yuki did perform better. At least he made himself into Q2. So that's a start. But again,
Slightly better than Lawson.
way outside the top 10, bro. I mean, that's not what
Yeah, way outside.
that Red Bull
Listen,
wants
listen.
to do.
I have faith. I have faith though in Yuki that he's gonna make at least the Q3
Let's hope so.
at Bahrain.
Let's hope
But
so.
we'll see. But we'll see. I have faith in my guy. I have
I
faith.
believe there's a sprint race as well in Bahrain. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro.
No, no, there's no sprint
There is
race
no
in
sprint
Bahrain.
race.
No,
I believe
the
there
next
was
the next sprint race will be in Miami.
in Miami. All right, yeah, absolutely. Liam Lawson, as I said, in 14th. Fernando Alonso in 13th. Bro, Alonso is just not having a great start. He's just not going. He's struggling.
Not at all,
He's struggling, bro.
bro. Bro, in the beginning of the season, he said that he's the fastest he's ever been. Not showing.
Not showing it. No, not showing it, bro.
Not showing it at all, which I don't want to see Alonso like this. Alonso deserves,
Yeah,
even though how old is he? Is he 42
he's in
now? The
his
oldest
40s
one in
for
the
sure.
grid?
No, he's definitely the oldest driver in the grid. That's a certainty. But he's in
And
his
and
40s,
the
bro.
dude can still go, bro. Like he's the only active since what? Only active driver since 2004, I believe.
I believe so.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, not even, not even.
Well,
I think even
way before that.
way before. I think way before, way before. Apologies for that, bro. So he's 42. He's still active. He's still good. He can still go. I think he can't wait for Adrian Newey to touch that car. No, did he?
He's already started. He's already started his work though, bro. Adrian Newey.
Has he? I
No,
thought
no,
the
he's
design
no,
of the car. I thought he's gonna start designing for 2026.
no. Back in March. No, he started last month. So obviously his impact is
Oh,
just not is last March. Yeah.
all right, understood. Well, he wants the blueprints to start working ASAP. Yeah.
Yeah. And bro, just Aston Martin in general, they had a poor start to the season, bro.
Dead food, bro. Dead food.
Dead food, fam. Dead food.
Dead food. Dead food, bro.
Dead food. Um, Carlos Sainz in 12th, again, out qualified by his teammate once again, which
Yeah.
that's not what anyone expected with Williams this season. But eh, not much else to say, bro.
Yeah, Carlos Sainz. I mean, listen, he hasn't had a bad start though with Williams. He even backed
It's been a
himself by
difficult
saying,
start, bro. It's been a difficult start. I got to disagree with that.
but it wasn't the worst. I mean, yes, he crashed out in Australia, unfortunately, and last race it was pretty decent. But other than that, it wasn't the best of starts, but not it could have been a lot worse. He still backs himself that he made the right decision by joining Williams and not Audi, just like what his father wanted.
Yeah,
I have faith in Carlos Sainz. That's still my man's, bro. He's still my
yeah,
guy.
for sure. No, same here, same here. Former driver of ours, so always have respect for the man. Pierre Gasly in 11th.
Mr. Pierre Gasly, Mr. that he believes he'll be world champion in 2026. Apparently,
Wait, did you really say that?
he said that, bro.
Nah, you're joking, bro.
I'll find it. Let me find it.
That is
Give me a
absolutely
second.
ridiculous. I'm sorry, bro. I mean,
Give me a second. I'll find it. Give me a second. I'll find it, bro. I'll find it. Give me a second.
I mean, listen. Fair play to him if for his confidence, but
I believe he
I
said.
ain't,
I don't know if it's in
I ain't seeing it, bro. I ain't seeing that.
2026.
I ain't seeing that, bro. I mean,
I gotta find
with
it.
the Alpine, he's talking about.
Look, motorsport.com. I'll send you the link right now.
Th-
Look.
I mean, the Alpine at the moment is the slowest. It's the worst car on the grid
That, that,
on points tally. So I mean,
Listen, he believes that with the new regulations coming to 2026, he'll be
no,
world
no, no,
champion
no,
here. I
no,
said,
no. To be fair, with the new regulations, it's all gonna change next year. So
but look, check the article. See,
I'll
check the article.
I'll check now after this episode, bro. So
Yeah,
but listen. I mean, you have to fair play for his confidence, but no,
absolutely.
I ain't buying that, bro. I'm sorry,
Nah,
I ain't
nah,
buying
me
that, bro.
neither.
I mean,
Me neither. He deserves it, but we'll see.
for me,
But apart,
Aston Martin have a better chance with what will happen in 2026 rather than Mr. Pierre Gasly. So No,
Yeah,
but getting back to his qualifying performance, listen, compared to previous weeks, decent. But
yeah,
again, outside the top 10, at least the fact that he started the race better than the better than the two Saubers and better than one of the Williams and the two Aston Martins, that's a plus for him and his team. So at least
yeah.
one of his better qualifying performances this season. The top 10, Oliver Berman, bro. This guy, he's just going from strength to strength this
Absolutely.
weekend. And he
He's
has
improving, man.
potential. He has potential.
Absolutely. Him along with the other rookie that's further up the field that keeps on impressing me. But we'll get to him in a
But
bit.
no, but Oliver Berman, bro. I mean, with the Haas for a team that everyone thought they were gonna land up at the back of the grid with Sauber, he's once again he and the team once again are proving me wrong, bro. Because the kid has potential. The kid has potential to
Absolutely.
be at the top of the sport if he continues on with this trajectory, bro. Because
We've seen we and it began last season in Jeddah when he had to replace Carlos
the
Sainz.
super sub.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
The super sub. I mean, no, very very impressive for him to be in the back of to be in 10th place. And equally
Absolutely.
impressive, bro, is Alex Albon. What a start this
Again,
guy is having, bro. I mean, he's
again.
making last season look like fucking peanuts, bro. Not night again in the top 10 with the Williams. I believe that's three Grand Prix in a row now that he started in top 10.
I believe so. I
Correct me if
believe
I'm
so.
correct me if I'm wrong,
I,
but
I need to double check. Give me a second. Let's see. China
and also
and
Melbourne.
yeah. Well,
Melbourne
qualifying
for sure he
China.
started in the top 10, but my I mean
He started 10 in China and Melbourne.
as well.
Is it
I,
top
I
10?
I believe as well, bro.
Yeah, he started 6th in Melbourne.
So damn. I
That's back
mean,
to back. That's back to back to back more than Drake.
yeah, it's a triple header for it's a it's a
It's a
trick.
hat
It's a
trick.
hat trick, literally. But
Yeah,
damn.
respect.
I mean, what you have your thoughts on this, bro? I mean, impressive.
Impressive. Impressive. Hope he continues like this, bro. Alex Albon. What a jump he made from
Um,
leaving Red Bull.
on the other hand, of impressive, bro, Lewis Hamilton in 8th place. I mean, what?
Bro, he got out qualified by Isaac Hadjar in the Racing Bulls.
And speaking of
Speak
Isaac,
about that.
and speaking of Isaac Hajar, bro, I mean, this guy, just like Oliver Behrman, going from strength to strength with every single race.
Listen. Ferrari, the start of the season.
Shocking.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I didn't see a single race this year because they were very early to my liking. I'm gonna watch my first race this season. Um, next Sunday in Bahrain, and I'm not looking forward to it, bro.
No, I mean,
I'm not looking forward. Listen, it's all sunshine and rainbows. Ferrari gets the fastest pit stop. Who gives a damn?
you want to see race wins and great qualifying performances, not the fucking fastest laps, man.
I want to see the fastest pit stop. They could grab their fastest pit stop, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up their candy ass on some The Rock shit, bro. I couldn't be bothered about their fastest pit stop. Let's give it a buck now. But I don't want to go on another rant. Pretty disappointing, man, for Lewis Hamilton getting out qualified by Isaac Hadjar, which is very impressive on Isaac Hadjar's behalf.
Yeah.
But
But at
I don't
least,
know.
bro, at least Leclerc got himself in the top in 4th place, so it's
Yeah, he got
not the
fourth. He
worst
got
result.
fourth. He got fourth. He got fourth. I'll give it that. But still, 2/10, 2 to almost 3/10 off the pace from the top three.
No, it's been a poor start for Ferrari this season, bro. I mean, you
But
just
you know what? You know what it's
the
like.
hype is just so much hype, bro. I said it last
You know what
episode.
it's like, bro. You know what it's like, bro. It's like when Fred Vasseur first joined the team.
Mm,
This is how we were.
that's rock bottom, pretty much. Not not not
Not
not
rock
no,
bottom,
not rock
but this is
bottom,
exactly
but
where we were. This is how we started under Fred Vasseur. Last season was a mega improvement, and this year is right back to square one
at the
again.
moment, at the moment,
At least.
at the
I hope it
moment,
doesn't continue, and I hope so,
no,
but we'll have to
yeah,
wait and see
I
on that.
agree. No, I agree. Hajar in 7th. We already said our thoughts on Hajar. Bro. I mean, impressive yet again. What a way to bounce back from that from that miserable debut in Melbourne. So to get himself to start himself in the top 10 places is a great result for him. The two Mercedes of Kimi Antonelli and George Russell, 6th and 5th. Um, Compared to last week, disappointing, specifically for George Russell. I think he wanted to get himself in the top three, but to start in 6th and 5th, um, not the worst, but I think is expected.
Kimi Antonelli, listen, but Kimi Antonelli, shout out to him. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he is for sure,
He's doing pretty good. He's doing very good,
for
bro.
sure,
He's impressing me even more,
for
which
sure.
is great. Which is great to see for the kid.
Yeah, for sure.
And even so, which we'll get to the race, no problem. But if I try to remember, at least make me remember, bro, because there's something I need to say, a very important stat.
Yeah,
But we'll get to that.
yeah, absolutely. We already got our thoughts on Leclerc, bro, who finished in 4th, and the top three, the two McLarens, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris in 2nd, and Max Verstappen, or more like Super Max Verstappen, in pole position with a mega lap of a 126.983. Bro, this just
Mega, bro.
goes to show what a driver Max is, bro, because
Which
it,
something which we've known for a long
we've
time,
known
bro.
for a long time, bro, but in a weekend where everyone thought that McLaren was going to dominate the entire weekend from qualifying and the race, and we're going to get into the race very, very quickly, very, very soon, bro. To get a lap time like that at the dying moments of the final qualifying session and to just edge out Norris for just a couple hundreds of seconds, what a driver, bro! And fair play. Listen, I'm obviously a bit disappointed that we didn't got a 1-2, but I have to give but I have to give credit where credit's due, bro. Where would Red Bull be without Max Verstappen, bro? Because that lap time was superb.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. There's a saying that pressure makes diamonds.
Diamonds are made
Max
under pressure.
Verstappen. Diamonds are made on pressure are made of. Oh, is the other way around? I fucked it
Yeah,
up.
no,
Jesus Christ.
never mind.
Diamonds. On apologies. Diamonds are made under pressure. Max Verstappen is the definition of that.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no other way to put it, bro. This guy, he's a four-time world champion for a reason. There's a reason he's a four-time world champion, and he did it last year with the worst, with the worst car out of the top three, and he got a lap time like that with the worst car out of the two in McLaren and Red Bull.
And it looks even
Because
worse than Mercedes, bro. And it's even worse than Mercedes. Let's remember that as well.
and even to an extent, I can't say worse than Ferrari because Max Verstappen outscored both Ferraris both
Yeah,
Ferraris so far this season.
yeah.
I can't say that. So listen, I wasn't surprised because that's how damn good this guy is. One of the best to ever do it
No,
easily.
I agree.
But this also shows my previous statement earlier that this car is purposely built for Max Verstappen.
Yeah,
This proves my previous statement, bro.
yeah, exactly. And I think with that, bro, I think to explain more that in detail, we have to get to the race now, bro. We've been doing this podcast for over a year now, at the very least. And we've had our fair share of uneventful races. And we call these uneventful races processions or multi-sportioniert. And
Yeah.
bro, this race last weekend is the cherry on the fucking top because this race was the definition of a purchasione, literally. Because
Oh my god,
because
bro.
when I say that nothing happened, nothing fucking happened. The only time, I mean, not just that, bro. The start was clean. There was little overtaking throughout the entire race. We had zero retirements as well.
Which something you don't expect with
Which is
Suzuka,
something
bro.
you don't expect in Suzuka. Yeah, absolutely. The slowest car was Lance Stroll, who got backlapped. So there's your villain arc statement, bro, from last week. That was a howler, bro, from you, by the way. I
Bro,
mean, just get to
that
that.
was listen, that was a Michael Owen esque of a
No,
farce, yeah.
absolutely. But
I hold my hand up. I'm
no, no, no,
accountable
no,
for that.
no. Fair play to that, bro. But no overtaking. The slowest car was Lance Stroll, as I said. And like the only memorable part of the race was just the Lando Norris and Max Verstappen's pit stop, bro. That was like literally the only memorable moment of the race. And if you look at the race highlights, bro, shout out to the editor, by the way, who pulled off an 8-minute highlight reel for a race that boring, bro. Because seriously, that was such an uneventful race, bro. What do you
which
think?
is so unlike Suzuka.
Yeah,
So unlike Suzuka from previous years.
yeah,
And listen, it was a clean start, just like you said. It was a very clean start. I mean, Max Verstappen cut off Lando Norris,
yeah.
as you expect, so he will make that overtake into turn one. That pit stop incident that happened between Verstappen and Norris, that was Norris's fault.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have no idea why he said that he pushed him off the track because no, I mean,
Absolutely, absolutely, because Verstappen got ahead of him, and that was him. But what I will say, this is another key, key moment in the race, and it happened in the latter stages. Piastri asked the team. They were Verstappen in first. Norris was about 1.2 seconds behind
1.2 or
Verstappen.
1.3, and Piastri was just a couple of seconds behind him. Yeah,
A couple of seconds, but he was in the DRS zone for
yeah,
sure. Piastri asked the team to swap positions with Norris because he believed he had more pace than Norris and he could have a go at Verstappen.
yeah.
The team refused. I believe McLaren had the chance to win that race.
I
I
agree.
firmly believe. I believe they had a chance to win that because Piastri was showing that he had the pace. I believe they gave that win to Verstappen, which he deserved. Which he deserved, absolutely. But I mean, what's the worst that could have happened? It wouldn't. The idea wouldn't work.
No, I
What's the worst
think
that could have
I
happened?
listen for to give my 2 cents on my team's strategy. Um, to a certain extent, I can see why they didn't do that move because I think they prioritize Lando more than Oscar. But at the same time, Oscar was faster than Lando in that race, and it showed. So I would have rather let the team swap
Bro, bro,
positions and let Oscar go
remember,
for the win.
bro. Let's not forget Budapest last year.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
not forget
don't get me
what
started on that
what.
one, bro.
Let's not forget that, bro, because that's still. I'm not a McLaren fan, and I still remember that. Lando, to win the championship, you need the team.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I believe. I don't know if Norris I agreed with the decision or disagree with the decision. We
Mhm.
don't know that, and we shouldn't know that, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think the team fumbled it with this one.
Yeah, and listen, this was. I mean, listen,
I mean,
we can't.
again, what's the worst that could have happened?
Listen,
If it didn't work, they would swap positions again.
no, listen. I mean, they were never gonna collide together. That was never gonna happen. But at the same
Yeah, but they
time,
swap.
yeah.
At
But
least give
but
it a
at least
go.
swap. And listen, this was this was one of my only fears for this season was our strategies, bro. And I think last weekend it was. I think that did compromise a bit our win. Now I'm not gonna get take away anything from the performance because I am very
It's a great
happy.
performance. It's a great
It's a great
performance. It's a great,
performance. Listen, I am
but it's these little intricacies, bro.
yeah. I think we just need to get those little intricacies right because I can understand that we won't get it right every single week. That's not gonna happen for sure.
Well, listen, we're human, bro.
We're
We're
we're all
human. It's expected.
we're all humans and they're all humans after all, so that's expected. But I would have rather swap positions and and let Oscar challenge Max for the win. But at the same time, you have to give a shot. I mean, I have to hold my hands up and say that Max deserved this win, bro. I mean, it was a super performance. He
Absolutely, bro.
literally
Absolutely.
led the entire race. He was untroubled for the entire race, and it just goes to show that Max is a 4-time world champion for a reason. It just goes to show that he is one of the best drivers of all time, not just right now.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
where would Red Bull be without this guy? They would be way below the top 5, top 6 places for sure. Let alone maybe even top 10 places. But it also shows.
You
So sorry, bro. And it
no,
also shows that car is designed for him, bro. It is.
purposefully. But there's your evidence right there. Where would they be without Max Verstappen? They would go back to being Jaguar
Yeah,
without
they
him.
would be.
They would go back to being they would go back to being Jaguar. They would bring back Eddie Irvine and Pedro De La Rosa, bro.
Yeah.
That's who they go to. But all jokes aside, it goes to show that that car is purposely built for Max Verstappen. And I hope to God Yuki Tsunoda gets a grip with it because
Yeah.
that car looks like an anomaly to drive.
So an easy car to drive for sure.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. And listen, bro, do you know what it has to take to make a team build a car purposely built for you and ignore your second driver?
It's
Just think,
ridiculous, man.
just think about that for a second. Do you know the kind of power you need to have? Which, in fairness, bro, not even Michael Schumacher when he was dominating, because at least he had Rubens
Yeah,
Barrichello.
he had a decent teammate at least.
He had, I believe, at one point he had Eddie Irvine,
Yeah, as well. That's
and
back in
they
the
were there or
90s.
thereabouts.
Yeah.
I believe in two. What did Rubens Barrichello dominate? But anyways, it's
No,
irrelevant.
it's relevant.
It's irrelevant. He had Rubens Barrichello, and he won races here and there.
Yeah.
So
Not happening now,
even
though.
with even with Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas, bro.
Yeah, as well, that one.
So it's shaky to me. It's really shaky. I don't know about you, bro, but that's my opinion.
No, but I think bro. I think we can go straight into it. He's our driver of the day. Now, the
Absolutely
driver of the
easy.
day, for some apparent reason, was given to Yuki Tsunoda because apparently, obviously, it was his home race. It was his debut with Red Bull. I think it
Or
was
maybe
it, it
because he made
was,
up 3 places.
and he made up 3 places. So this was definitely a sympathy vote for him. But you cannot. How can you not give it to Max for driver of the day, bro? Because he
Bro,
drove. That was a mega drive for him, bro. I mean,
that
he
was
had
a
a
co-
super weekend.
that was a commanding performance. That was a commander level 70 Call of Duty Modern
Yeah,
Warfare 2 type of performance,
yeah,
bro.
exactly.
That was amazing. That was amazing. That was mwah,
I mean, to
absolutely
make a super lap in qualifying and then to have such a commanding display with your strategy on race day, driver of the day,
easy,
100%. He fully
easy. I
deserves
agree.
that. And now, bro, this year's championship, it's looking like it's gonna be between him and the two McLarens, bro, for sure. I mean, that's how
Which
it's
is
looking.
which is absolutely unfair. But if he manages to beat them, bro,
It would be. I mean,
there's
it's
no way.
a long season,
Listen,
bro.
listen. There's no way that he's gonna be able to win the constructors' championship by himself. It's
No,
just impossible.
with how this thing is with how it's going at the moment, no chance.
It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible to win the constructors just by himself. But if he manages to beat the both McLarens,
He would be like
Jesus Christ,
he would cement himself in the top five, I think.
bro, put him in the Mount Rushmore. Put him in the Mount Rushmore. I don't
Yeah.
care. Put him in the Mount Rushmore.
No, listen. I mean,
But we'll have to
com-
see. It's
listen.
still it's a
Yeah,
long
early on.
season ahead, though. It's a long
No, it's a
season.
very long season. But no, just jumping to my team very quickly. Listen, um, I'm not disappointed with the results, second and third. Obviously, it was not meant to be. I wanted one of the drivers to get the race win. But listen, ain't gonna complain. More points in the bag for us in the constructors in the constructor standings that we've built up a really healthy lead now between first and second. No complaints. I really have little complaints. My only complaint really is the strategy because I think we could have executed that strategy a little bit better between Lando and Oscar. But I mean, I think we will expect these type of calls throughout the season with such talented drivers on the track. So yeah, not meant to be, but ain't gonna complain either, bro. What do you think?
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't complain.
No,
I should complain for sure. I want your problems, bro.
you got fourth
I
though,
want.
bro. You got fourth though,
Oh, so fucking what? We got fourth and the fastest pit stop. I couldn't care less.
and
I want to be where you're at,
his
bro.
teammate seventh.
At least he made up one place. He overtook Isaac Hadjar.
But poor weekend, bro. Again, underwhelming rather than poor.
We took we took a step forward, step backward. Sorry, we took a step backward for
No,
sure.
yeah, exactly. Um, the two Mercedes remained as they were, bro. George Russell in fifth and Kimi
The
Antonelli in
only
sixth.
bro, the only change in the top 10 was between Hadjar and Hamilton.
Yeah, exactly. Because Hamilton finished in seventh and Hadjar in eighth. Albon and Berman remained as they were in ninth and tenth. Now, bro, you mentioned a stat about Kimi Antonelli, right?
Yes, I did. Kimi Antonelli reached Lewis Hamilton's points tally from a debut season from 2007.
Oh, wow. It's a fantastic
And
record.
on course, he's on course to beat Lewis Hamilton's record season in terms of points. Sorry, debut season in terms of points.
That would be an unbelievable effort for him.
But even so, it doesn't make sense because the point system in 2007 isn't what it is
Yeah,
now.
obviously the point system has changed drastically from that season to
So
now.
so
So
in, it's a great achievement, but it's kind of unfair, no?
you could be, it could be, it could be.
But regardless, other than that, I'm very happy with Kimi Antonelli with how he's doing, and in my opinion, he started better than I expected.
Same here. I actually
He
agree.
started better than I expected. Hats off to him,
I
bro.
actually
Hats
agree.
off to him.
With the rest, bro. Hamilton 7th, Hajar 8th, Albin 9th, and Berman in 10th. Pretty similar thoughts on those drivers, bro. I think.
I mean, what else happened in the race to talk
Yeah,
about?
nothing, bro. So I think
There's nothing to
we'll
talk.
just get this weekend out of the way because this is going to be a race that's going to be quickly forgotten,
Oh,
with the exception if you're a
absolutely.
Red Bull fan, obviously. But
Of course, you shouldn't. But if you're not a Red Bull fan,
yeah,
like us, we move,
for
bro.
McLaren, not a bad weekend because we got ourselves in the top three, second and third, so that's significant points in the bag. But for the rest of the teams, nah, ain't it, bro?
You listen. This episode, episode. What am I saying?
This race,
This race here was like an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but instead it's the McLaren keeping up with Max
keeping up with the
Verstappen.
Max Verstappen, yeah, exactly,
Yeah, that's how it was,
yeah,
bro. The others were just a cameo appearance.
exactly.
The other teams, the other
let's
drivers.
just get
That's what it
let's
was.
just get
But
let's
whatever.
just get straight to the awards, guys. Driver of the day, we both agree, bro. It's Max Verstappen. Other contenders, Isaac Hadjar definitely is a contender for
Yeah.
driver of the day. Either Ollie Berman or Alex Albin or Kimi Antonelli as well could be in
Yes.
that category, but obviously it's going to be Max Verstappen for driver of the day. There's no debates on that.
Yeah.
Loser of the day. This is interesting.
Loser of the day,
I'm
bro.
actually not going to give it to Ferrari because I've given Ferrari for 2 weekends in a row, so that could be a bit unfair. I
Oh,
mean,
sympathy, huh? Sympathy. You're going with
no, not
sympathy, huh?
simply. No,
You
I want to
dickhead,
change it. I
bro.
want to I want to change it up a little bit, bro. I want to change it up a little bit. So calm down on that.
Loser, loser of the day.
I mean, you
I don't
could
know
give it
who
to
to give it.
Yuki. You could.
Suzuka, bro. I'm gonna give it to Suzuka, bro.
Uh, no.
I'm gonna give it to Suzuka, bro.
Um,
I'm gonna give it to Suzuka. Loser of the day.
I'm not
Suzuka as a
sure,
whole.
bro. I think I could give it to either Yuki
Garbage
Tsunoda.
weekend.
Yeah, we'll
But
give
yeah,
it to
why are
Suzuka.
you giving it to Yuki
Terrible.
as loser though? Why give it to
Ah,
Yuki?
no, not Yuki. It could be Yuki. It could be Lance Stroll. It could be it could be
I'm gonna
Carlos
give
Sainz as well.
I'm gonna give Stroll Dick of the Day because he made foul of me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give Stroll Dick of
absolutely.
the Day. I'm
And
gonna give
clown of
Stroll
the
Dick of the Day.
and clown of the day, nothing.
Who?
Clown of the day, nothing.
Clown of the Day.
No,
Suzuka, bro.
Suzuka. Yeah.
Suzuka again.
And with that, let's just get this weekend out of the way, guys. We'll look at the driver standings. Lando Norris remains on top with 62 points. Max Verstappen's win remains him in second, but just with just 1 point behind Lando with 61 points. Oscar Piastri in third with 49 points. George Russell in fourth with 45 points. Kimi Antonelli in fifth with 30 points. Charles Leclerc in sixth with 20 points. Alex Albin in seventh with 18 points. Lewis Hamilton in eighth with 15 points. Esteban Ocon and Lance Stroll are finish up the top 10 with 10 points each. If we look at the constructors, McLaren stay on top with 111 points, Mercedes in second with 75 points, Red Bull in third with 61 points, Ferrari in fourth with 35 points, Williams in fifth with 19 points, Haas in sixth with 15 points, Aston Martin in seventh with 10 points, Racing Bulls in eighth with 7 points, Sauber a point behind them with 6 points, and Alpine still scoreless. And with that, we have
Yeet.
reached the end of this episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a pleasure as always. Our next
Yeet.
episode is in a week's time, where we will be heading into Bahrain, as we mentioned previously, guys. So make sure to stay tuned for to that episode. And
I'm not looking forward to Bahrain, bro.
if
I'm
you're a
not.
Ferrari fan, obviously.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not. Because if I see a shit show, I'm turning the TV off. Kendrick Lamar settings.
season,
I swear to God.
season, season over already.
I swear to God, because I can't take this shit already. Like you supporting Manchester United and Ferrari at the same time. You know how mentally resilient you have to be.
It's torture,
You
bro.
have any
It's
idea?
mental and
You su-
physical. It's mental and physical torture. Listen, I'm a Man United fan as well, but at least my team is doing very well at the moment, McLaren. So
the two teams I support, at least one half of yours is doing good. Both of mine are doing poorly.
yeah. Well, listen. Let's hope.
Anyways,
Let's hope. Let's hope to see some improvements, bro, for next week with your team.
I hope I
And
god damn hope so. But
with
anyways,
that, we're gonna sign up. We're gonna sign out, guys. Hope you have a great rest of the week. And with that, peace out.
love. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, us.